One of the club's stalwarts who will lead the team out this afternoon. Unfortunately, it's Peter's last appearance for the club. He retires after today. Thank you, Peter.
Cardiff, also losing semi-finalists to Neath, have decided to introduce a few new names in their lineup, but have retained 4 internationals. Robert Norster's decided to save his energies and help his injuries by resting before the Lions tour. So the young Crothers and Mark Crowley, the powerhouse, with Howard Stone moving to the flank. Behind the pack, Ford and Caudle, the prolific try scorers, and the side is captained this afternoon by Mike Rea. Mike Rea, Wales B fullback, given the captaincy of Cardiff this afternoon. And the man who will probably orchestrate everything in the Newbridge lineup, Paul Turner, the Welsh outside half. An absolutely glorious afternoon at the Welfare Ground, and who better to have in charge of this match between Cardiff and Newbridge than the international referee Clive Norling. He'll want an open game, and everything beckons toward that end as well. Geraint John, the Cardiff outside half, just over the 10-metre line. Shaw trying to go up and get a hand to it. A ring going down rather hardly on the ground as well. Gives an indication of the conditions at the Welfare Ground. Lewis to Turner. Once again, that delicate little chip. Thomas trying to get hold of it, but taken by David Evans. Giles into the action. And away go Cardiff. Caudle on the far side, over the 10-metre, up towards the 22, and attacking. Still going strong, but just a foot in touch on the far side. And a promising indication already that both sides are wanting to run the ball. The line out just inside. The judge to have gone in front of the ball. And Newbridge opting for the scrum on the 10-metre line. Lewis. Control coming from Hemi Taylor. Turner. Bit of a wobbly kick, that one. Not that accurate. And he's rather disgusted with himself. Shorten line on the far side. Cardiff calling the options. Stone at the back. Crothers and Mark Crowley into the line. Shaw, Sutton and Hemi Taylor for Newbridge. James challenging, but away goes the New Zealander Taylor. Peter Thomas to Manley. Thomas back to Chris Manley. Manley could make it. Good covering tackle by Matthew Lloyd that time. As Richard Lewis waits for the service. Jones. Well, that's a delicate chip from the flanker. And that all ends up in a very inviting position for Newbridge after 6.5 minutes of play. David Evans, the Welsh international centre. Cardiff's front row. Blackwell on the far side. On the side, Alan Phillips and Andrew Williams. Brawls out, says Clive Norling, and Cardiff having to recover. Terry Shaw onto James for Newbridge. We just need to steady the flow of possession up a little bit, but away they come. Turner straight to Rea. Rea's kick back to Turner. Almost a game of tennis. Peter Thomas. He's got David Rees outside. Rees back inside to Peter Jones. Good support by the flanker. And that's been the tale of the first 10 minutes of play. The passes just not reaching their targets, but away comes Ray Giles to Geraint John. Crandon outside. Caudle lurking in the background and calling for the ball, but it's Raya to Ford. Ford giving plenty of problems, but the flags go up, just a foot in touch, and that could have been so exciting. Steve Ford in full flight. Steve Ford will be on his way to Canada very shortly with the Wales B team. Andrew Williams, born in Fishguard, played for Oxford University this year, at the front of the line out for Cardiff. The tap down by Sutton. Away goes Turner. They make better use of the ball this time. That's a delicate chip, and he could be the first man there. Turner on the pickup, on to Chris Manley. Manley, Ray giving chase to Peter Thomas. Oh, what a superb try this could be. He's there. Thomas, the try scorer. Great running rugby by Newbridge, and once again started by that man Paul Turner, the delicate little chip chasing his own kick. The pass out to Chris Manley. Manley on the burst, looking back inside, being chased by the Cardiff cover, on to Peter Thomas, and Peter Thomas from that distance was going to make sure of that try, and over he went. Turner, not a difficult kick. 319 points to his credit, and now he's got another 2. That makes it 321 for the season. Quite extraordinary.
The try was scored by Peter Thomas, and the goal was kicked by Paul Turner.
First blood to Cardiff then. First blood to Newbridge rather. Cardiff for the restart. Geraint John. That time young Crothers trying to go through. So too Paul Ring. Turner. Caudle just hanging back there intelligently for the Ring, knowing that Turner likes to take on the back row opposition and change the angle of the kick across field. Sets of forwards. Alan Phillips' throw back to the Cardiff side. Giles, Geraint John, Crandon, David Evans into the line. Caudle's in as the extra man as well, but it's Evans still motoring. Peter Thomas just preventing the pass out to the support players. Newbridge have recovered. Lewis to Turner. Inside his 22-metre line. Paul Turner didn't lack support that time, just asking his players to realign a little bit quicker. Terry Shaw, one cap for Wales against Romania in Bucharest. Alan Phillips just loving it up. Ring having to come up to do the clearing up work. Blackmore through. Everybody on, says Clive Norling. Richard Lewis. Turner, they miss out to Chris Manley. Rees into the line as well. And Rees making tracks over the head of Raya. It all depends on the bounce. Caudle just getting a hand to it. But Newbridge streaming in. Lewis finding Turner. That time he had Hemi Taylor outside. Lewis again. Peter Jones flanker now outside half to Manley. And the pickup by Cardiff. Certainly plenty of running rugby in this first half. Bob Norster, the Cardiff captain, looking forward to an Australian summer on grounds very much like this one, bone hard. Well, after 18.5 minutes of play, it's injuries all around, much to be expected on ground conditions like these. Peter Thomas, the try scorer, going off for Newbridge. And it doesn't look as if Paul Ring for Cardiff is going to take any further part in the game either, and he'll be replaced by Martin Britton. Play going on, 14 men each. Martin Britton, the Cardiff replacement, into the back row. Paul Johnson with a throw just inside the Cardiff 22. Straight to the back. Newbridge need to clean the ball up. Johnson on the peel as Richard Lewis waits. Over the top that time by Newbridge. David Hussey on as a replacement for Peter Thomas in the Newbridge lineup. Again, a former Pontypool player. Geraint John with the crossfield win, gaining some ground for Cardiff. Crowd on the other side, and it is a pretty big crowd enjoying the warmth of the sun coming across the valleys, a few of them in shirt sleeves as well. That's encouraging for the summer. Johnson, difficult ball for Lewis, took it well though on the bounce. Ford having to recover. He'll have the support of Mike Greer as well. A little bit of confusion. Accidental, and so down they go for a scrum.
Want the shoulders up, boys, easy.
Some 10 metres to go before the Cardiff try, and the pick up by Hemi Taylor. Looking for the support, finding it from James. And now Jones into the action. All the back row handling the ball, but Cardiff recovering well with a pick-up. But Lewis has sight of possession. To Turner. He's looking for that half gap. Maybe a mite too selfish that time with all the backs waiting for the delivery. The drive on from Newbridge. They're going to capitalise though. Captain needing the shove. Lewis, short side, Jones, the interception by Ford. Oh, this could be dramatic. Now, has he got the speed to beat the cover? David Rees challenging. Ford on the outside, and Rees covering superbly. Well, how unexpected, an interception by Steve Ford. You'd have thought that a man with 26 tries to his credit would have given the Newbridge cover a clean pair of heels. But over the halfway line, up towards the 10-metre line, being shadowed all the time by the Walesby fullback David Rees, and Rees eventually getting his man into touch.
Slow it in. Tidy it up to the back of the rack. They're coming over the fucking top. Let me keep a foot on it. Doesn't do. Let him fucking pick it up. You can slow.
Thank you, Red. Still I know that. Red ball.
PCB 69.
And the gaps.
Cardiff Britain alongside Howard and Matthew Lloyd at the tail of the line out for Cardiff. Shaw half taking the ball. Phillips though rubbing well. Giles to Geraint John. That's the real tester for anybody who wants it. Rees underneath, taking it well. Has he got the clearance kick in? Superb play by David Rees, product of South Glamorgan Institute of Higher Education. Played a couple of games for Swansea, but hails from Abercarn around here. Stone trying to find Giles that time. Newbridge recovering well. And Sutton giving chase. Poor old David Evans, one of the tiniest men on the field, feeling all the weight of Andy Sutton on his back. It's a rare view in the first half. Cardiff attacking the Newbridge line. The rare visits inside the Newbridge 22-metre area. Giles, all the options open. Over wobbler out to Crandon. He'll have to recover. He's got away from a couple of tackles. Crandon attempting to link up. Can Cardiff do something with the possession? They've got the penalty. Newbridge killing the ruck. And an interesting decision by the Cardiff captain, Mike Rea, normally the points kicker, giving the responsibility to Geraint John, the outside half. Not Geraint John giving the responsibility of the penalty by captain Mike Rea, normally the points gatherer for Cardiff, but he's made absolutely sure of it. The outside half from Pembrokeshire and also Wales B international.
By Geraint John.
International.
By Geraint John.
Newbridge wanting to get on with it. Turner very quickly. Rea back in position though. And safely guiding that one into touch. This time it's Newbridge calling for the limited line out. Shaw at the front, number 4, 5 is Sutton, 8 Hemi Taylor. Ball meant for Taylor that time, but away come Cardiff. Giles to Lloyd. Manley getting his man to ground. Again, that untidy quality, but away come Newbridge. Lewis on the far side, he's got Turner as support if needed. Turner, the grubber kick over the 22-metre line, and half of Newbridge chasing, and the bounce is cruel. But on the short side once again. That movement could so easily have led to a try. Lewis on the short side, then to Turner. Turner with a neat little grubber kick and 3 or 4 chasing, but the bounce denying them the try.
Come on, Cardiff!
Giles with a put in and waiting for the service. Geraint John. That's a monster kick from Geraint John, tight in the corner but gaining some 35 metres. Seven at the back for Newbridge. Peter Jones bidding farewell to his career at the welfare ground this afternoon. Taylor just getting a hand to it. Waters coming around in support. And away comes Jones. David Hussey lending support as well. Alan Phillips. Giles, Geraint John, Crandon, half away, now looking for the support, the grubber kick. David Rees, superbly positioned. Really the bounce on these hard grounds, defeating everybody. Turner, and what's he got up his sleeve? And away goes Simon Hill. Hill back to Paul Turner. Can he link up this time to Hemi Taylor, the New Zealander? Taylor making tracks over the 10-metre line. Looking back inside for the support. The pick up by Johnson, movement still going on. Johnson all the way to the corner. Oh, what a try by Newbridge. That really is a centenary celebrating try. All begun right in their own 22. Cardiff putting the pressure, but away they went. Then eventually Hemi Taylor, this big man, this New Zealander from Waikato, making tracks. The ball momentarily lost, but picked up by Johnson. And then Johnson, as the mobile hooker that he is, getting right to the corner for Newbridge's second try. Points to 3. Turner with a conversion, swinging it in. He's got there, right from the touchline. And that'll give his colleagues some confidence, knowing that he's beginning to bang them over.
The try was scored by Paul Johnson, and the goal was kicked by Paul Turner.
Geraint John with a restart. Point over the 10-metre line. One of the last big games for Newbridge in this season of theirs, and how they would dearly like to have the scalp of Cardiff to add to the victory board. And here goes Taylor again. He's got David Rees outside. Well, he simply walked past Mike Rea that time. Taylor into the action once again. Can Newbridge win the ball? Certainly the Gwent side seemed to be a yard and a half faster than Cardiff.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Rotate.
Ray Giles, former international, with a foot in for Cardiff. Clear out to Geraint John. John seeing some space behind Simon Hill. Well, that's a monster of a kick from Geraint John. Intelligent play by the outside half. Johnson's throw on the 10-metre line, tapped down by Sutton. Away goes Paul Turner, the crash ball onto James. Oh, didn't he do well? Kept his cool and his concentration. Driving on from Waters up towards the 22-metre line. Lewis onto James, into the movement once again. And they're just throwing each other at the Cardiff defence. Turner again, he's got men outside. Manley. Well, that was unlucky. That could have been so easily try number 3. Manley just not quite being able to get hold of the ball and to feed his support players on the outside. Cardiff again under pressure. There's the drive from Newbridge. Giles under pressure. Getting away to Britton, to Steve Ford.
Rescue 2, Nelly. Rescue 2.
Johnson with the throw. The Cardiff try line beckoning. To the middle. Shaw getting a hand to it.
Let's hurry it up, John. Come on. ONL. Stand up. Sorry, come on.
Johnson, Shaw at the front, jumping at 2. Sutton, the large man, just behind. Two-handed, almost back down to Richard Lewis. Newbridge having to recover this time. Some good work though, salvage work by Cardiff. Giles to Geraint John. This is enterprise, but it could be so dangerous. On to Gerald Caudle, up against Simon Hill. Cardiff getting away, taking the pressure away from their try line. Johnson just working out the line-out signals with his come half, Richard Lewis. Too many, in particular, that one is meant for Sutton. Away goes Taylor. And link up with James and to Terry Shaw this time. Newbridge over the top once again in their eagerness. Geraint John with the relieving kick to touch. Geraint John has been used by Cardiff as a centre for most of the season. We're back in a more familiar position, his favourite position of outside half. Shortened line out called by Newbridge. 35 minutes into the first half. Giles away, not quite being able to gather the ball. Lloyd, secondary schools international. Points to 3 to Newbridge, but away come Cardiff. Giles to Caudle, he's got the speed, but 1 foot in touch once again. It's about the third time in this game that the wingers have been denied their try-scoring chances by just having a couple of toes in touch. Two-man line, ball by the home side. Terry Shaw and Andy Sutton. Sutton with a bounce back. Neil Hitchman won't thank his big man for that kind of service. Cardiff have it though. Geraint John having a look, really look around to see what kind of support he might have had. Johnson regathering onto Peter Jones. Lewis with the feed. And the lecture again from Clive Dowling. Just keep it up, fellas. Life is too hard at the ground level. Emmy Taylor, Lewis outside, Reese is into the line as well. Lewis, a half dummy, onto Peter Jones. Johnson in there. Lewis to Taylor again. Off goes the New Zealander. He's got speed. An optimistic pass is taken by Chris Manley. Back inside, and Newbridge will surely set it up once again on the Cardiff 22-metre line. Lewis to Turner. Turner's seen some gaps. At least is trying to create some. And the ball made available. Lewis. And Newbridge just using this ploy, as we've often seen in Welsh rugby, of just hammering at the Cardiff defence and then trying to release the ball. Again they have it. Third time possession. Turner on the far side of Hill. Hill has got Hussey outside. David Hussey just looking for support. Manley is there, but so too are Cardiff in numbers. On the short side, eventually Alan Harris coming across field, but the movement breaking down.
During this brief respite in play,
2 or 3 attacks by Newbridge that time, using this ploy of using the back row man or a prop just to serve it up. The play goes on. Rea at the back of the line out.
Thank you.
Richard Lewis, inviting proposition, the Cardiff try line in the background. Taylor, can he find support this time? Tight into the corner. Just a minute to go at the end of this first half. Newbridge would dearly like to have another try on the scoreboard. Phillips with a difficult throw. Straight to the back to Hemi Taylor. And surely the Cardiff man is lying in an offside position that time. Quickly in, but too quickly out, says Clive Norling. Lewis, space on the blind side to work on. Richard Lewis with a feed, Taylor with a pick-up. Certainly loves driving at this Cardiff defence. Newbridge with a metre to go, but the whistle them denying the try. Charles just waiting for the scrum to settle down. Surely Newbridge will put on the shove here. A bit early that time. And he concede the penalty. There's the Newbridge drive. Giles with the pickup. Just got it away in the nick of time. Well into injury time at the end of this first half. Newbridge still attacking the Cardiff try line inside the Cardiff 22 metres. Johnson with the throw. Nunn to the back looking for Taylor. And away go Newbridge on the short side. Johnson leading the charge once again. Peter Jones is there too. Here comes the service. On to Ken Waters and the setup for Lewis to deliver. They're there in numbers. Has the try been awarded? Penalty though to Cardiff. Newbridge denied. Newbridge over the top. His forwards certainly seem to be enjoying the afternoon. Geraint John into touch. Or is it? No, indeed. All the tactics in the world. A bit of confidence going on in the Newbridge ranks. Sure, it seemed to work, but Lewis caught. But away they come once again. That's Waters, the mobile prop, normally plays at hooker. Peter Jones on the pickup. Maybe just gaining these yards, which are so essential, making Cardiff turn back. Turner found a bit of a gap. Eventually the movement petering out. Line out on the Cardiff 22-metre line. Here comes Britton for Cardiff. The drive, but he needs the support, and he's found some on the 10-metre line. There you go, Cardiff. Kellen John to Crandon. They got men over. David Evans into the move. Raya, and he's got Steve Ford outside. Ford going a little bit too early that time, but in possession. Pick up by Britton. Some terrible confusion in the Cardiff ranks, though. Williams on the deck. Giles to Crandon and outside half to David Evans. Straight out to Gerald Cordell, up against Hill. Cordell going for the line, over the 22-metre line. Has he got the support? But instead opting for the kick, and straight impeded in the way by David Rees. Referee Clive Norling having a close look at his watch. 5 minutes of injury time played at the end of this first half. That gives an indication of the number of injuries we've had. And that indeed is the half-time whistle in a half that went in fits and starts, but did produce 2 splendid tries scored by Newbridge. So can Cardiff respond? We'll find out as we rejoin the match now at the beginning of the second half.
Aberravon at home on April 26th, and the kick-off will be 7:50.
Clive Norling eventually blowing up after 5 minutes of injury time at the end of the first half, and a half that went in fits and starts, produced some splendid open rugby, 2 splendid tries as well by Newbridge, but can Cardiff respond? We rejoin the match now, a little way into the second half.
And on Friday evening next, that's the 28th, the Cyrus Davis Cup final will be played on this ground, when Cumtillery and Fleur-de-Lis will be playing. Kick-off 6:30 p.m. That's the Cyrus Davis Cup final, Cumtillery versus Fleur-de-Lis on the 28th, kick-off at 6:30. We thank today's match sponsors, Welsh Brewers, and the ball sponsors, MJ Lewis Commercials. We thank them for their continued support. The collection, which is currently being taken up, is by Newbridge Comprehensive School and is for their minibus collection. Newbridge Comprehensive School are currently collecting for a minibus. Thank you. Someone by the name of David Harry. Well done, David. You can claim it off a member of the Sports Committee after the game. Thank you.
Newbridge to start this second half, 12 points to 3 in the lead. David Rees with the boot. Mike Raya, careful as ever. And John, the link up by Raya. And the movement, the interplay gaining some ground for the Cardiff side.
S-O-P-Q.
Crothers jumping at 2. That's the brother of Tim Crothers, who'll be the captain of the Cardiff side next season. Second going up high for Newbridge. Peter Jones to Richard Lewis. Testing kick for Mike Rea. Positioned, calling for the mark, and it's awarded. Rea. That's enterprise from Cardiff, and superbly snatched out of the air by Geraint John. He's got Ford outside. Steve Ford bobbing and weaving. That's really the best element of his game. But Newbridge have recovered. It's Terry Shaw on the counter charge, on the 10-metre line. Lewis scooped out to Ken Waters. Referee Clive Norling having a look at the Cardiff alignment. Turner. And that's certainly a late tackle, and that will result in a penalty. Matthew Lloyd showing a little bit of inexperience that time with the late tackle on Paul Turner. And that really is an inviting position. Neil James seems to be the control man. The captain takes over. And what have they got arranged? A centenary ploy from Newbridge. On to Shaw. Has he got there himself? He's there. The try's been awarded. What a run by Terry Shaw. There's no stopping the man once the call had been made. That big frame of his, 6'5" and 17 stone 10 pounds, just charging at the Cardiff defence. No stopping him. He may well have run towards the Newbridge town centre before being stopped. Turner, who can kick equally well with both feet from the touchline. As he swung it round, the crowd behind say no. So too do the touch judges. But Newbridge beginning the second half on an optimistic note with that try by Terry Shaw. (16-3), the dropout from Geraint John. Hemi Taylor to Turner, chased by Rowley. Well, that's a fine kick. Certainly when the ball is bouncing for you, the touch finders go in as well, despite the fact that Turner seems to be carrying a bit of an injury. Phillips throw right on the halfway line. Newbridge have it again. Lewis is probing the gaps, trying to link up, finding Shaw, the try scorer, and over the halfway line they go. Lewis short side. Turner. You never know what he's going to do next. There didn't seem to be much space on that short side. That's where he's telling his forwards, I'll take you down there, and then you do the rest. Phillips, the lob one looking for Crothers at the front of the line at that time, but Newbridge, the bit between their teeth. Andy Sutton. Put in for Newbridge. Cardiff try line some 10 metres away. The pick up by Taylor. On to James. James wants to get into the try-scoring act as well. The support from Hemi Taylor. Clive Norling right on the spot. No down. No grounding of the ball. But what an attacking position for Newbridge. It's there, put in, a metre to go. Richard Lewis with the feed. A quick heel controlled by Taylor. Short side. Howard Stone was there though. Read that movement well, but has the drive got Lewis get. I'm Norling just darting about right on the spot. No try again, but not for the lack of trying by Newbridge. Forward momentum giving Newbridge the put in once again. Lewis quickly in once again. Turner, drop goal. Posts. Will it come to Cardiff? David Evans. Called back by the referee Clive Norling. Spotted as Richard Lewis has a quick look around on the short side. Paul Turner just lying behind the scrum. Turner having a look around, half tackled by Geraint John onto Peter Jones. The pick up by Andy Sutton, he's a big man too, almost away. Two Cup Semi Finalists locked in battle, but certainly Newbridge having the better of the day by far. Giles to Geraint John. Geraint John winning some ground for Cardiff, but the Cardiff pack very much back on their heels right throughout the afternoon. Paul Johnson's throw straight to Cardiff. Giles, Brandon may fall for Hill. Hussey into the action, the replacement for Newbridge. Richard Lewis under Hemi Taylor. Again the switch of direction. Half pick up by David Rees onto Peter Jones. Superb handling by the flanker. Lewis again. Turner to David Rees. The setup again. Hussey outside. The chase by Simon Hill. And Caudle there in the nick of time. You do get the impression that Newbridge can afford to make these mistakes, so abundant is their possession, giving the Cardiff defence all kinds of problems. Richard Lewis, the son of the former British Lions scrum half, Alan Lewis with a put in. Giles is waiting, Taylor on the burst. There's the drive, Lewis to Turner. Lewis there as the support to his outside half. Manley, Raya's got hold of it, can he find Ford? Ford has got David Evans outside if he looks, but Ford's going to have a go. Up against Alan Harris, back inside, wanting the support, finding David Evans eventually, up towards the 10-metre line. Back on the Cardiff side, Giles to Geraint John, to Raya, straight running from the Cardiff captain. That's much better work by Cardiff. Giles to David Evans, but the three-quarters not really aligned at all. David Rees and everybody around the ground thankful for a moment's respite. Away go Newbridge once again. A drop out by Alan Harris. Rhea on the counter charge to Gerald Cordwell. Now can he inspire something? The pick up by Crandon. And at least for the last minute or so, some real life coming from the Cardiff ranks. Interested spectator, man in the blazer and the light blue shirt, Ty Hayward. Hails from Newbridge but also played for Cardiff. Alan Phillips. That's the Newbridge 22-metre line. Stone got a hand to it. Giles with a rather unorthodox service to Crandon, and that could be trouble. David Evans attempting to recover. As Lewis waits. Here comes the service. He's got a bit of a gap. Now can he find his back row? He's found Taylor again. What a combination these two are proving to be. Sutton, can he get it to Manley? On the charge is Waters, up towards the 22-metre line. But it's the old poacher, all the experience of the wily old craftsman Alan Phillips, right in the thick of things, preventing the Newbridge surge. Rhea to Geraint John, and David Rees having to give chase. Put in touch once again. In fairness to both sides, not the easiest of surfaces to play on, rather hard, but both attempting to play open, attractive rugby. Stone at the back of the line out for Cardiff. Richard Lewis on the 10-metre line inside the Newbridge half. Lewis with the feed on the 10-metre line. Swim half who hails from Blackwood, just around the corner to Paul Turner. Total frustration from Mike Rhea, just watching that kick from Paul Turner bouncing out of his reach. He instills some fire and confidence into this Cardiff side. Rowley going up well for that ball. And certainly missing the calming and influential presence of Robert Norster. Newbridge not interested in such matters, and away they come again. Peter Jones, picked up by Lewis, onto Chris Manley. David Rees into the line. Simon Hill. Manley's there once again. The Cardiff captain recovering, Mike Rhea.
First knock on, move on. Knock on there, one over there. Go around kick.
Giles asking for the scrum to steady itself before the put in. It's a difficult ball. And the scrum just spinning around more than the required degrees. Clive Norling enjoying his afternoon. Always in control. Stone, Giles. Chip ahead meant for Gerald Caudle to chase. Turner there recovering.
Leave it. Good ball. Good mix. Good ball.
On the 10-metre line.
That's all right.
Norling asking for the gap. A daylight between the two sets of forwards.
6-1.
Phillips just lobbing it up, looking for Rowley. 6'7" of him. Giles away to Geraint John. They miss out a man to David Evans. Missing out another one to Steve Ford. And Ford's away from his man this time, Harris. Looking back inside, finding Matthew Lloyd onto Howard Stone. This is good play by Cardiff. Onto young Andrew Williams. Now can Cardiff get the possession? Blackmore foraging ahead. Well, that's much better play from Cardiff. It's the first time we've seen them really link up. The two missed moves in the three-quarter line, then relying on the back row just to take them inside the Newbridge 22-metre area. Lewis and the orthodox relieving kick to touch. Points to 3 after 17 minutes of this second half. Newbridge winning the possession. Turner, the juggler, on to David Hussey. It's set up short of the halfway line. Turner again to David Rees. He's got some pace. Got Harris outside him, and Harris, the sprinter, denied by the bounce. David Rees, who played for the Welsh students in the Students' World Cup and also went with Wales to Italy on their tour a season ago. Alan Phillips with the throw. His last visit to the welfare ground in a Cardiff jersey. Britain. Geraint John, it's not going to reach its mark. Harris underneath. The return up and under. Rea superbly positioned, read it well. He's got Caudle outside. Now can Caudle go? A handoff from his man. Hill getting his man this time. Simon Hill with some neat shadowing of the main danger man in the Cardiff three-quarter line, forcing him into touch. Johnson just inside the Cardiff half. Signals from Richard Lewis. Setting up Lewis, turning the corner and finding space. Looking now for Hemi Taylor. There's Taylor, first man there as usual. Giles, though, winning the day for Cardiff. Away goes Simon Crothers. Andrew Williams back to Ray Giles. And a monstrous kick from Ray Giles. Another wily old campaigner in the Cardiff lineup. Former Aberavon scrum half and captain. Johnson to no man's land. James to David Hussey. See from inside his 22-metre line. He's carrying a bit of an injury, as is his colleague outside half, Paul Turner. Midway through the second half, Newbridge still in the lead, 16 points to 3 in their centenary season. Phillips with the throw, Stone with the two-handed catch. Looks so simple when it's done effectively. David Evans to Rhea, to Caudle. He's got the better of his man this time. Caudle still going. Hard tackle from Manley. Back inside of Rhea. To Howard Stone. Can Cardiff seize the initiative? No. Is that mobile fellow Waters again? Cardiff over the top.
Who's taking a middle here? Reed! All right, mate. The chipman in the middle.
Paul Turner. Neatly into touch. Superb line kick from Paul Turner, the Welsh outside half. That'll give his forwards extra encouragement.
Come on, then.
Newbridge forwards being told to tighten up their game a little bit. They slacked off a little in this second half. Cardiff's penalty. Giles quickly away and slightly in the way. Crandon to David Evans. Rhea, the oncoming fullback. Rees. Well, that's returned with interest, but out on the full and back they go. Quickly thrown into the limited line out, but Alan Phillips won't be pleased with that one. A free kick to Cardiff. Newbridge having too many people in the line out. Cardiff certainly need to pick up a pace or two and get back into this game. Alan Phillips, ball available for Giles. Geraint John to Crandon, Howard Stone. And pick up by Britain again. Away come Newbridge. Turner, and he's made Mike Rhea turn. Charge on from Hemi Taylor. Mike Rhea doing well then, the kick over his shoulder, getting into the right position, but being severely tested by the oncoming Hemi Taylor. Bit of a lull in the game at the moment. Certainly needs a try from either side. Giles. Harris. David Rees. Monster kick way up above the valley, but superbly taken by Mike Rhea. To David Evans. Simon Hill in the way. This is Hitchman using his bulk to set it up for Newbridge. The scrum midway between the Cardiff 22 and the halfway line. Certainly been an exhausting kind of afternoon for these players. Lewis, Turner. That's delicately put to Gerald Caudle. Took it well. Gerald Caudle playing the full-back role. Johnson's throw. Sutton in the middle. Bunched up together, Shaw and Sutton that time. Easily won. Turner onto Hussey. It's the 10-metre line. Newbridge prepared just to bulldoze their way for the second possession. Turner, not the best of kicks. Apologies from Paul Turner to his forwards. On the Cardiff throw-in. Sutton now moving back in the line-out alongside Rowley. Bit of barging, at least an appeal for barging. On to Martin Britton. Cardiff drive over, should become available, but it's been impeded. Newbridge, the offending side. Giles quickly away to Alan Phillips. Newbridge not retreating. Offside, another penalty to Cardiff, quickly taken. Giles back inside to Crothers. As the Cardiff set up, Giles again to Geraint John. David Evans. There seem to be plenty of Newbridge shirts there, but Evans has made some space. Back again to Giles. Oh, total confusion. Not making any ground, not really getting over the advantage line, but surely Rhea can, and he's got some speed, he's got Caudle outside. Cardiff's first try. Cardiff have crossed the Newbridge line. Amidst all kinds of confusion in the Cardiff ranks, the ball well won. Giles not really knowing where his outside half was, but eventually Rhea, the man responsible, the captain, doing the right thing, straightening up the line, going for the Newbridge try line, and of course Gerald Caudle on his outside, and Caudle crossing for his 33rd try of the season.
He works it with a spin.
Geraint John with the conversion, difficult one, but he struck it high, struck it well. It's 2 points to Cardiff, and Cardiff certainly coming back into this game in the second half. 16 points to 9.
Try was scored by Gerald Caudle, and the goal was kicked by Geraint John.
David Rees, quickly taken. A dropout for Cardiff. I wonder whether that try by Gerald Caudle might inject some pace into the Cardiff approach. John's dropout, taken by Andy Sutton. Lewis waiting for the service, probing the gaps. David Hussey, difficult one to take. Turner having to recover. Off tackle by Geraint John. Rhea. Under touch. Certainly the Cardiff captain a little bit annoyed with his fellow players, not giving him the extra option of running the ball out of defence as much as he would like to. And again, a change of personnel.
David
Bob Smith
is replaced by Bob Smith.
Now, will he join the three-quarters? Obviously, by the size of him, very much the flank forward or lock. David Hussey then absent from the field, having come on as a replacement himself. Turner onto Waters. Scrum just inside the Cardiff half. Sun attempting a brave return to the welfare ground. Lewis stopped by Taylor. Turner certainly likes those kicks. Just bangs the ball, low projectile along the perimeters of the ground, and they're certainly territory eaters. Minutes to go, 16 points to 9. Phillips back on the Newbridge side. Turner. It's Hemi Taylor on to Peter Jones. Set up on the pickup by Terry Shaw. A big man certainly to bring down. Lewis. Well, Howard Stone needed a passport to be in that position. And rather interesting that Paul Turner, the captain, no-nonsense approach. They really want a victory against Cardiff. Will go for 3 points. It's an important kick for Paul Turner. Another 3 points would probably put Newbridge out of reach. 3 points are scored, 19 points to 9. We now have 8 minutes to play in the second half.
Goal was kicked by Paul Turner.
John. Confusion between the forwards and Richard Lewis. Penalty to Cardiff. Giles, Britain outside. Giles again. Onto Howard Stone, hoping to make amends. Cardiff winning the ball back to their three quarters. Alan Phillips, though, held up in the process. This time the collapse of the scrum. Two sets of front rows warned about it in the first half, so the penalty to Cardiff quickly taken by Giles. On to Crothers. Underneath the Newbridge posts. To Rea. Was that an opportunity missed? Rea still going though. Newbridge certainly bottling up the Cardiff captain and fullback, and away they come. Turner, and he knows that Rea is out of position, and that's the telling kick. Ford having to give chase. Harris going up fast. Steve Ford on the counter-attack. That splendid running by Steve Ford. Knew that he didn't have much support back there. But what a great tactical kick by Paul Turner, knowing full well that Rea was caught in the melee. The fullback out of position, and Turner gaining some 60 yards. Johnson's throw, two-handed by Sutton. Lewis to Turner. Hemi Taylor has come in as the extra centre to Chris Manley. Over the 10-metre line. Newbridge beginning to pick up a pace or two. Harris on the far side. When it comes Lichman to Johnson. Bob Smith, the replacement. 2 or 3 metres short of the Cardiff try line. Lewis attempting to get the ball away. Giles going through for Cardiff. Hemi Taylor on the pickup, and there are men over. Manley. Has Manley been too selfish? No, it's David Rees. It's as simple as that. Another good running try by Newbridge. They eventually got there. David Rees, the try scorer. Newbridge certainly gathering a pace or two, and after the surge forward by Terry Shaw, the ball coming out eventually to Hemi Taylor, then to Chris Manley. Manley then wanted to have a go himself, but eventually half caught in the tackle, and then to David Rees, and that's another try for Newbridge. Conversion to come from Paul Turner. It's just inside. Nearly shaded the paintwork, but they all count. An extra 2 points for Paul Turner.
By David Rees, and the goal was given by Paul Turner, and that's David's 100 points for the season.
Geraint John. Paul Turner. Newbridge may be tempted to sling the ball about a bit. David Rees doesn't quite follow the philosophy. Into touch. Too much delay, says Clive Norling. And away come Cardiff. Giles still going, battling through, attempting to find Simon Crothers. Newbridge seem to have it, or do they? No, back you come, says referee Clive Norling. The first infringement was the knock-on. Giles, good attacking position for Cardiff. An inviting situation for Cardiff. It's the Newbridge try line. Giles with the feed to Geraint John. Cardiff on the attack to Crandon. He's got away from a couple of tackles. Crandon just caught short of the Newbridge try line. Steve Crandon in the Cardiff centre, a former Newbridge player. Giles with a foot in, 25 points to 9. Can Cardiff get on the scoreboard again? They're doing their best. Giles waiting patiently for the service. a look at the options, straight to David Evans, but Hemi Taylor's there as well. And away come Newbridge. There's some life left, or is there? Pick up by James, having to recover. Looks as if David Evans received a bit of a knock, so it'll mean another replacement on the field. All the replacements will then be used. Richard Lewis, pick up by Bob Smith, one of the replacements. With the penalty to Cardiff, non-release of the ball. There goes Alan Phillips. Giles attacking the short side, he's got Britton outside. Back inside to Andrew Williams, on to Matthew Lloyd, the youngsters in the forefront of the battle for Cardiff. And can they get to the try line? No, says referee Clive Norling, I saw it all.
David Evans is replaced by Andy Moore.
Andy Moore, the replacement on for Cardiff. Johnson with the throw. Little throw. He's got Shaw and Sutton there, but Cardiff seem to have an interest in this possession. Can they drive Newbridge back? Failed to do so for most of the afternoon. And Newbridge have won it. And that's been the story of the afternoon in the close quarters. And here's Gerald Caudle. Put some pace into it. Caudle, round two men, gets the ball away to Matthew Lloyd. An optimistic pass out on the far side. And Ford will go over for the second Cardiff try. And how distinctive of the Cardiff season that the two try scorers on the scoring sheets, Steve Ford and Gerald Caudle, how often has that happened this season? The try, a rather optimistic pass from Matthew Lloyd as soon as the ball had gone along the three quarters, but it found the replacement centre. First touch of the ball for Andy Moore, and the try scoring pass to Steve Ford. $25 points to 13, Geraint John. It's a low one, but it's not there.
By Steve Ford.
The try by Steve Ford unconverted as Newbridge restart. Steve Ford, well, he's in try scoring mood now. Just defeated by the touchline on the far side. Johnson's throw, tap back on the Newbridge side. Turner to Taylor. Cardiff midfield having to put in their fair amount of tackling throughout the afternoon. But here come Newbridge. Turner. He's almost got a copyright on that kind of kick. Just puts the ball low, digs it into the ground, and lets the ball do the rest of the work. again. Cardiff bowling, somewhat liberal at the end of this second half. 5 minutes of injury time played. Phillips with the throw. Newbridge have their try left. Turner at speed. That's the difference, aided by Bob Smith. Newbridge can afford to set it up again under the shadow of the Cardiff posts. The penalty award. See Blackwell a little bit too anxious to get hold of Richard Lewis, offside. So what will Newbridge do? 25 points to 13, they can afford to run. So far, no indication. Applause all around, everybody appreciating the running style that has been so successful for Newbridge this season. Lewis to Hemi Taylor, the man from Waikato. Can he get there himself? He's got there. Oh, what a way to end a season. Hemi Taylor, who's played for Warrarapa Bush and Waikato. Relatively simple kick for Paul Turner, and this surely is the last kick of the game. Turner, the point scorer, straight through the posts, 31 points to 13.
Try was scored by...
And that indeed is the final whistle. Newbridge have gained the Cardiff scalp in their centenary season, producing some splendid tries, and Cardiff petered out a little bit towards the end of the second half, but Turner, the point scorer, Turner the captain, has secured another Newbridge victory at the end of this season for them.